7 historical figures you didn't know were black. 1. J. Edgar Hoover. Hoover's childhood neighbor Gore Vidal revealed,
"It was always said in my family and around the city that Hoover was mulatto."
Hoover's family apparently passed for white. It was a closely guarded secret. 2. Alesandro De Medici. The Medici family is associated with the Italian Renaissance. They were famous for their patronage of the arts. Alesandro De Medici was a financial mogul of his era. He was Duke of the Florentine Republic. Medici was nicknamed Il Moro, or the Moor. He had an unusually dark complexion. That's because his mother was an African servant. Her name was Simonetta de Calavecchio. Alessandro's father was a nobleman, Lorenzo II de Medici. The future duke was born out of wedlock. Some said he was the illegitimate son of Giulio de Medici. Giulio was a cardinal who went on to become Pope Clement VII. 3. Anatole Brouillard. Brouillard was a notable American literary critic. He wrote for the New York Times. Everyone thought of him as white, but his daughter Bliss Brouillard revealed the truth. She published One Drop, My Father's Hidden Life. The memoir reveals that Anatole was born to light-skinned black parents. He moved from New Orleans to Brooklyn. Then he started passing for white. 4. Alexander Pushkin. The Russian poet's great-grandfather was Eritrean. His name was Abram Petrovich Hannibal. Hannibal was kidnapped in Ethiopia as a child. He was given to the Ottoman Sultan as a gift. The Sultan passed the gift to Peter the Great. Hannibal later became a prominent military engineer. 5. Alexander Duma. The famous author's father was a general. His name was Thomas Alexander Duma. He was Creole and came from the French colony of Saint-Domingue. His mother was of African descent. General Duma led French armies in battle, but then he verbally clashed with Napoleon. For that, he was thrown into a dungeon. He spent 2 years imprisoned. This inspired his son to write The Count of Monte Cristo. 6. Hannibal. Hannibal Barca was a Carthaginian general. He was a rare leader who managed to defeat Rome. Hannibal assembled a massive army of tens of thousands. The army crossed the Alps and marched into Italy. One by one, Roman cities fell. Presenting himself as a liberator, Hannibal gained local support. His ranks swelled with new allies. He defeated the Romans again in the Battle of Trebia in 218 BC. Hannibal occupied most of southern Italy for 15 years. He is known as the father of strategy. 7. Michael Fosberg. You may have seen Fosberg in Hard to Kill and Presidio. Fosberg played white characters in these movies. He'd grown up white in an upper-class family, but when he was 32, his parents revealed a secret. The man he knew as his father was actually his stepfather. Michael's biological father was black. This changed Fosberg's perception of his own identity. He published a memoir, Incognito, An American Odyssey of Race and Self-Discovery. Fosberg created a one-man play based on his life story. He is now an activist who tours the U.S. with lectures.